Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're taking a look at something you probably have in your fridge right now. Store-bought hummus. It's such a simple dip, but it has some really surprising science-backed advantages.
It really does. It's almost the perfect nutritional shortcut. And what's interesting is that the health benefits of the chickpea aren't just about vitamins, it's more about its unique physical structure.
Right, and the powerful compounds locked inside it. So our mission today is to unpack why this blended puree is still so profoundly good for you.
And the best place to start is with its fiber.
Absolutely, the foundation of it all.
Mhm.
Fiber and your gut. So chickpeas are famous for containing something called resistant starch. What does that actually mean?
Well, that resistance is the key. It means your small intestine has a really hard time breaking it down. So when the chickpeas are cooked properly, this starch, it just bypasses most of your upper digestive tract.
And go straight to the large intestine, pretty much intact.
Exactly. And once it's there, it becomes this incredibly powerful prebiotic fiber. It's basically the perfect food for your good gut bacteria, your probiotics. It helps them thrive.
Which in turn improves your whole intestinal function. You see this in the data too. People who eat hummus and chickpeas regularly, they just have a much higher intake of dietary fiber overall.
And also more healthy polyunsaturated fats and minerals like magnesium, potassium, iron. It's a real powerhouse.
But that brings us to what I think is the big question for a lot of people, the blending myth. We hear all the time that if you blend a smoothie, you ruin the fiber. So why is blended hummus still so healthy?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Because you're right, blending soft fruits, for example, it ruptures the cells and just unleashes all that sugar at once.
But that doesn't happen with chickpeas.
It doesn't. The difference is the chickpea's cell wall. It is incredibly robust.
So even after it's been processed into a puree, those cell walls are mostly still there.
It's largely intact, yeah. And they physically encapsulate the starch inside. Think of it like a tiny time-release capsule. It puts digestion into slow motion and dramatically slows down how quickly glucose hits your bloodstream.
And we have research that backs this up pretty clearly. Hummus gives you a significantly lower blood glucose response compared to, say, the same amount of carbs from wheat or potatoes or pasta.
And it's not just blood sugar, it's the hormonal impact too. One study found that hummus from chickpeas with intact cell walls led to much lower levels of insulin.
Wow.
And also lower levels of a gut hormone called GIP, which is fascinating. It helps regulate insulin and slow down how fast your stomach empties. So less GIP suggests a much smoother, more controlled digestion.
And that stable structure is also what helps the chickpeas hold on to their other unique compounds, right? We're not just talking about general nutrients anymore.
Not at all. We're talking about specific families of compounds. Things like saponins, which are really exciting because research suggests they can help lower plasma cholesterol than blood lipids.
Okay, so it's actively working on your cholesterol.
Potentially, yes. And you also get these specific phenolics and isoflavones that act as powerful antioxidants. It's this whole package, the fiber, the structure, the unique phytonutrients that makes it a true functional food.
So regular consumption is actually linked to reducing risk factors for things like cardiovascular disease and obesity.
And we even have some compelling research on colon health. In animal models, cooked chickpeas showed a really profound chemopreventative effect.
What did they find?
Well, after 14 weeks, there were just massive decreases in colon tumor incidence. We're talking reductions of up to 85% compared to the control groups. It's a profound protective effect.
That's incredible. So bringing this back to your kitchen, what does this all mean? How you pair your hummus really matters.
It matters a lot. You want to maximize these benefits. So scoop it up with fresh vegetables or whole grains, real whole wheat crackers, not the ones made from processed white flour.
Right, because that just defeats the purpose of the slow-release carbs.
Precisely. Which leads to a really interesting final thought for you to consider. If the simple physical architecture of a food, like the chickpea's cell wall, can so drastically change its metabolic impact, how many other foods in our diet are healthy or unhealthy, not just because of their ingredients, but because of how their structure is broken down before we even eat them?
The structure itself is the ultimate gatekeeper.
It just might be.